Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yugioh VRains episode summary / cast list analysis. This time we will be discussing episode 29, which will be airing next week, titled The Kusanagi Report. Before I get into it, again, if you do not want any spoilers, click off this video right now. And I guess I'll show it to you, and then I'll kind of give a mini rant before I read everything. So here is the summary, here is the cast list, and yes, there were a lot of worries that this episode, based off the small summary that we had, was going to be a recap episode, and that seems like it is going to be the case, which, again, this is exactly 8 episodes, 13 to 21 to 29, 8, 8, and 8, so I don't know if this means that every 8 episodes will be getting like a recap. I'm still hopeful that this is going to be maybe like a 10 to 15 minute recap, and then the last 5 minutes or the last 10 minutes, the last second half of the episode will be new stuff, but that is probably not going to be the case, and there's a big reason why that won't be the case at the very bottom, which is the fact that the storyboard, the direction, and the animator are still to be decided. I think that if, they really needed someone to animate new scenes or direct new scenes or whatever it may be, that would not still be TBD with a week left to go. It might just be that the person who, or the company that does the summary information, and thank you to DMC for translating, as always, just didn't have that information, and maybe that won't be the case, but I can't remember a time with 8 days to go where we did not know who was going to be doing any of that stuff, so that's not a good sign in terms of hoping that it won't be a recap. But anyway, let me read you the summary. Let me read you the cast list. And please leave all your thoughts down below. The Night of Hanoi's activities have begun to seep into the real world itself. Sensing the impending danger, Kusanagi decides to leave behind a record about the connection between the Knights and the lost incident, as well as the truth behind the another incident. And the cast is Yusaku, the Ignis AI, Kusanagi, and Revolver. I feel like we've had a cast before where there was only 4 characters. I don't think we've ever had one that was only 3, but this is by far the shortest cast list we have ever had. And again, that's another big red flag that this is going to be a recap. The only good thing is that we have Revolver speaking. Revolver has been kind of MIA for a while the Knights have been doing all their stuff, except, closing the eyes of Vyra. That's really the only thing he's done in the last 5 or 6 episodes. So it's good that he's speaking. It's good that he's back. And I feel like at the very beginning, similar to the last recap where the first 3 minutes had, Stardust Road, it had his silhouette on the hill, and it had his house, which was really, really cool, really great Easter eggs. I still feel like 21 had the most awesome 3 minutes we've ever seen in a Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains episode, at least, non-dueling or before the opening hit. And hopefully 29 will at least deliver some of that, but it seems like 29 is going to be a recap episode. It'll be like one of those movies where, people from the future discovered a sound file, or one of those old speakers where you click and then you speak into it, and then a recorder. I couldn't think of the word. And that's almost like what Kusanagi will be leaving behind. He'll be leaving behind in case the apocalypse does happen and everything does get destroyed. He wants someone to know what happened. He wants someone in the future who maybe wasn't here and is coming across this disaster, this, worldwide disaster, to know what happened and to know what group was responsible for it, for history's sake or anything like that. So it'll be kind of cool to see that perspective, but hopefully it really is only 10-15 minutes of old stuff that we already know, and we get at least 5 to 10 minutes of new stuff, maybe again, a surprise conversation between Yusaku and Revolver to lead into 30, because, again, 30 is going to be animated by No Gilbo, which is awesome because he's probably the best animator they have on team, and more than that, the episode title is The Door to Hell. So 30 is really going to lead into maybe the Yusaku Revolver rematch, and maybe they can tease it a little bit if Yusaku and Revolver have a little bit of interaction in this episode. I don't really see that happening, but it would be cool. It just sucks. I mean, the director did apologize right after 21, and he said, we'll be continuing with the story for quite a while, and maybe quite a while is a very subjective term. Quite a while to me might mean a year. It might mean 50 episodes. Quite a while to the person next to me might mean 100 episodes. Quite a while to another person might mean a month or 2, and it seems maybe quite a while to the director means 2 months. Then again, the fact that he did show remorse after 21, I don't really think it was his fault. And I'm hoping that because, you do recap episodes because you want to buy time for future episodes. You want to save budget. You want to put budget into better episodes. And I'd rather a recap episode than a filler episode. And I've said that quite a few times. What I mean by that is I'd rather 29 be a recap where they can save budget and save time and worry about future episodes and keep focus on the main storyline than to be a one-off duel where Yusaku duels a tennis player, which, yes, I am referencing the tennis duel against GX, and we'll never see the tennis player again, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the Knights of Hanoi, nothing to do with Soul Tech, nothing to do with the main storyline. So I'd rather a recap than a filler. Then again, I know a lot of people do watch the show for new cards, for new, skills or whatever it may be. For, they watch the show for the card game and maybe not so much the storyline. Not saying most people, but a good amount of people do. And those are the people that would much rather see filler duels and much rather see, which again, there's nothing wrong with, of course, whatever you prefer. They would much rather see filler duels because they get to see new cards and new archetypes and new, combos and stuff like that. And that's completely understandable. But for someone like me who mainly does watch, I do enjoy the duels. If I didn't enjoy the duels, if I didn't enjoy the card game to a degree, I wouldn't watch the show. So obviously I do enjoy that aspect, but I really do love the story that the show tells, and so usually, but this show, VRains, I think the story has been really, really enjoyable so far, and so, the recaps, maybe they're a little too much. I think they definitely are. I'm not going to defend them, but I would prefer a recap to a filler, so that's all I'm pretty much going to say about that. But yeah, it's, it definitely sucks that it seems like we are getting a new recap, but we're just going to have to wait and see how it really plays out. So anyway, guys, please leave all your thoughts down below. I will talk to you in the comment section down below. If some of you were waiting for the Q&A on the weekend, I do apologize. I've been horrible recently with deadlines, but I can say this. Thanksgiving, which is this Thursday, it will be out. The Q&A is already actually uploaded on my channel. It's just on private. I just have to make it public. So I promise you on Thanksgiving it will be out. And I am working on another scripted video either Friday or Saturday for you guys to enjoy over this coming weekend. So more videos to come. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow during the 28 review, and I will talk to you in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.